Hello, morning and welcome back. The stars of Coronation Street are used to walking on those famous cobbles, but some of them will soon be treading the boards for a live musical stage show based on the soap.
And one of those is Julie Goodyear, who of course played Bet Lynch, probably the most famous barmaid to come out of The Rover's Return. That's fair to say, isn't it?
Yes.
The most famous. Sparing your blushes.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
She takes a leading role in Street of Dreams. She's here alongside the writer and composer Trisha Ward. Good morning.
Good morning.
I think we can have a little look first so people get a sense of what it is.
Fantastic.
Something's not right around here this morning. Looks like the yellow brick road.
Is it too late to show you?
No, this isn't right.
Didn't know what to buy you.
There's a star.
No, this is definitely not happening.
I know what it feels.
Elsie, Tanner.
Oh, it's you. You're out.
They don't make them like that anymore, folks.
Hey, Elsie. Just about ready for the knacker yard.
I know how it feels.
I feel like I'm trapped in a musical.
Morning, Paul.
Morning, Can. Please tell me you're not going to burst into song.
Oh, there's not a lot to sing about on this street.
Come on through. Have I got a story to tell you?
Oh, thanks, Bet. I feel like I'm in a dream.
It's a street full of them.
Julie and Trisha here, and very good morning to you.
Morning.
I don't know why
Good
randomly
morning.
we are speaking Spanish, but we won't be doing the interview in Spanish, shall we?
No.
Tell us about the musical.
Oh, it's so exciting, honestly, it really is. It will premiere on the 21st of March at the MEN Arena in Manchester.
Yeah.
And we have the World Gala performance on the 22nd of March.
22nd of March, yeah.
Yeah.
So this was your baby. This is your sort of your dream.
It has been, yes.
So what? I mean, what? In a way, watching that, you're thinking, why has no one done something like this before? Because you know the fan base will just love it.
Well, I've been watching it since I was a teenager. I'm a northerner myself, I write musicals. And I thought it would make a brilliant musical because, as Julie knows, it's got everything a good musical requires, which is humour, pathos, but most of all heart, which Coronation Street's got in spades.
And you're giving it music and songs.
We've got script, which I've co-written with Damon Rochefort, who's one of the top writers on Coronation Street. Worked with Kieran Roberts, who's our executive producer, along with John Ward, and we've had a fantastic time getting this ready for the stage. But meeting this lady was an absolute highlight for me. I did an album last year of tracks, and I couldn't get Julie for the album, so to get her for the live musical event in Manchester in March is fantastic.
Why didn't you do the album?
I was away at the time, you know, I was
Okay.
away and I was already working.
Yeah.
But I did hear the album and I thought it was absolutely fantastic. And I have to say that Trisha Ward is an absolute genius.
Oh, very kind.
You know, she's been 3 years writing this. It's not just happened overnight. And I also think that there's no way sort of ITV would have given this the thumbs up had it not been of the quality and calibre that it is.
Should we have a little look at some of the songs from the album?
Let's.
Find yourself on them cobbles with them heels, love. You might slip into a coma with any luck. Oh, shut your gob, you're all fur coat and no neck as you. 'Cause I know how it feels to be brought to your knees for love. Just go and get him, please. So much to see you. If it's too late, if it's too late now, I know I'm gonna find you, but when?
'Cause there's nothing as beautiful. He's a good-looking lad.
So you weren't on that one, but you have got a song. First of all, how is the singing going? Are you looking forward to doing it?
Well, I wasn't, but I am now, because
Okay.
if Trisha Ward says you can sing. And my song that Trisha has created for me is called Nowt That a Bit of Lippy Couldn't Solve.
Which she actually said in the programme, Bet Lynch said in the programme, and it's a bit like Moulin Rouge. You know, if you look at Ewan McGregor in that, he was primarily a brilliant actor, as the iconic Julie Goodyear, Bet Lynch is an amazing actress who I've always admired. And so it's her performance as an actor we're bringing out in this song, but she's quite a good singer as well.
Do you know what it makes me think, though? Seeing you sitting here and watching on screen, I bet there are people thinking, why don't you go back in the show?
Oh, definitely, definitely. She should.
Oh, I know.
Well, why don't you?
Well, you know, my hands are very, very full at the moment. You can imagine with this huge
she's
musical
diplomatic
event.
you are.
Well, that's a very good
No,
answer.
really.
But
True, Charlie.
Have you ever had a discussion about returning to the
You
streets?
need to go back
Well, the
briefly,
last
didn't you?
time I did a spin-off was 2003,
Yes.
and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And yes, you're right, there have been lots of sort of hints and things in the newspapers and radio for Betty, my sweetheart, darling Betty Driver, for her funeral, which
Yes.
I'm sure will happen at some stage in Coronation Street. And of course, if I was asked, I certainly wouldn't be able to refuse.
In this role you played Bet for many years.
I
You
did.
still feel sort of affectionately about her?
She's my best mate. Very best mate, yes.
We're looking at some of the images through the years.
Yes.
I mean, the hairdo, just talk us through that. Whose inspiration was that? Was that yours?
Well, we worked very closely together. I did with makeup and costume and did a lot of homework and research at that time. You've got to remember, I began in 1966 and then went very permanently in Coronation Street in 1970 for 25 years. And at that time, you know, I would go around local markets, bus stops, looking catalogues and everything. There was nothing that Bet could not have afforded that was ever put on.
Yes.
Nothing. And I have to say, as the character developed, the majority of the things were sent in. Earrings were all
really?
sent in by children, viewers, and it was just incredible. It was wonderful. So that's where, you know, beehives were very popular. But what you've got to remember now is that they're all coming back.
Yeah.
It's fashionable again, as is the leopard print.
We're going to have a lot of that on the stage at the
Yeah,
MEN Arena.
you know, it was a little bit tarty, shall we say,
Yeah.
in the early 70s to wear anything like that. But now, woof!
And I love it because she was such a sort of larger than life, and the
Yes.
costume went with all of that, the hair and all the rest of it, didn't it?
Yes, and she had this marvellous, although the tremendous strength, there was this fabulous vulnerability, you know. So now that a bit of lippy is couldn't solve, it's for all the ladies out there who've been hurt. And Trisha has written it fantastically.
And when we saw the little clip with you with Paul earlier on, you did that fantastic wink.
Yes.
Winking's gone out of fashion, hasn't it?
I wouldn't have thought so.
Give it, go on.
Come on, you do one
That's
for
a
me.
cracking. I'm not very good at winking, actually.
Oh,
No,
really?
I'll try, but it's going
I
to...
bet he says that to all the
But
girls.
you get on so well with Paul, don't you? We're going to
Paul
have
is
so much fun
fabulous,
doing
Paul
this.
O'Grady.
Because
He's
he's
like
our
the
star.
MC, is he? Or-
Yeah.
He's a time-travelling, I don't like to use the word host and narrator.
Yes.
He's kind of a bit like Back to the Future. We're in opening episode, in Tony Warren's iconic opening episode in black and white at the beginning, and he brings us up to current day.
And tell us about some of the stars who are also joining you, because you're going back over the years. Many people are coming back, aren't they?
We are.
Oh,
We have
gosh.
the wonderful Kevin Kennedy as
Yes,
Curly Watts.
yeah,
We
yeah.
have Richard Hillman, played by Brian Capron. We're going to have, I can say today exclusively, that we're going to have many members of the current Coronation Street cast in Manchester for the finale. And in January, we will be announcing Elsie Tanner, which is a very exciting announcement.
It sounds wonderful. Thank you so much
Yes,
for coming this morning.
You. Lovely to
Thank
see
you.
you both.
Thank you.
Musical Street of Dreams on stage at MEN Arena in Manchester on 21st and 22nd of March. Now, we all get to listen to Stacey. Stacey Solomon's live performance. Here's what's coming up on the programme tomorrow first.